What was worse, NDP candidate Taslim Riaz quoting Hitler in a Facebook posting, or the way in which NDP leader Andrea Horwath handled the fallout? You be the judge. I used to work for an editor who told me that it never fails at least 3 times a year somebody in public office or vying for public office will make a completely inappropriate comment involving Adolf Hitler. I think we have the first one of 2018 here in Ontario, although the original source material does date back a tad. You see, last week it was revealed that Scarborough-Agincourt NDP candidate Taslim Riaz made a 2013 Facebook posting that featured a photo of Hitler saluting along with the quote, "If you don't like a rule, just follow it, reach on the top, and change the rule." Good grief, what rule change would that be? Reclassifying Jewish citizens as subhumans and then slaughtering them en masse? Public Relations 101 time here. If you're going to quote Hitler, don't let the quote stand unchallenged, because the takeaway is that you implicitly agree with the quote and or you actually admire the odious orator. And if you really must play the Hitler card, don't do it simply because you disagree with an individual or the politics of that individual. That kind of trivializes Nazism and the Holocaust. By the way, this doesn't mean you can never use a Hitler reference. If, for example, the target of your criticism is planning on carrying out, an act of genocide, well, go ahead and employ the Führer in your language. But for Riaz, there were other signs of nuttiness left on her social media footprint. Take, for example, a 2011 Facebook post in which Riaz referred to the Canadian mission in Afghanistan as a, quote, slaughtering machine, end quote, and urged her fellow Muslim brothers and sisters to vote for former NDP leader Jack Layton because the federal NDP's foreign policy positions best aligned with their views. As an aside, aren't Muslims themselves the front runners when it comes to slaughtering the vast majority of Muslim brothers and sisters? I think it's that whole Sunni versus Shia thing. Both posts are appalling, but Riaz's response was outright cowardly. She says she can't even recall making the Hitler post. She doesn't even bother addressing the Canadian soldiers killing Muslims allegation. But equally appalling as Horwath's response last Friday, in standing by her candidate, Horwath had this to say, quote, "It's upsetting to see that kind of accusation being made. But let me be pretty clear about our candidate. I've known Taslim for some time now. This woman is an activist in the interfaith community, and so I find it pretty unbelievable that she would be in any way implicated in anything at all that's anti-Semitic," end quote. So because Horwath finds it hard to believe, is she therefore implying this posting didn't actually happen? Kind of like if no one's in the forest to hear the tree fall, it therefore didn't make any noise. But PC MPP Gila Martow rightly notes that, quote, "You don't post Nazi messages on social media by mistake. It goes without saying that having Miss Riaz on the ballot is offensive to every Jewish person in Ontario. Frankly, it's offensive to all Ontarians with any sense of human decency," end quote. But Horwath is sticking by her allegedly anti-Semitic candidate, just as she stuck by Laura Kamenker, the Looney Tune candidate for Mississauga Centre, who refuses to wear a poppy and subscribes to outlandish 9/11 conspiracy theories. Oh, and this just in, check out the NDP candidate for Brampton East, Guratan Singh. Here's a picture of him at a 2006 demonstration brandishing a sign that reads, "F the police." By the way, Guratan is the brother of federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh. So it's all kind of unnerving, isn't it? As change-famished Ontarians head to the polls next week, they must surely ask themselves whether this orange-hued band of radicalized, not ready for primetime players are the people they want in government for the next 4 or 5 years. And that includes head honcho Horwath herself, whose damage control strategy seems to be blaming the messenger as opposed to making tough decisions regarding her own candidates. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, you might have heard the Rebel has a brand new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.